evidence to show that you have commanded a high salary or a higher remuneration in relation to your peers. That is what I'm going to be talking about today. If you are writing your EB1A Extraordinary Ability Visa or you are writing the EB2, I think this video is for you. Stay tuned. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I would appreciate it if you go ahead, like my video, share my video with your friends, and comment down below in case you have any questions. One of the processes as many people are going through the EB1A Extraordinary Ability Visa or the EB2 NIW is to show that you have commanded a high salary or a high remuneration in relation to your peers. And sometimes this can be a stretch as USCIS does not want it to go easy on you. And you are here writing your petition, trying to make sure that it doesn't actually go easy for the USCIS. Now, it is a battle that you must win, because if you do not win it, number one, you could have wasted money. You could have wasted money on the government fee, which is the $1,015, or you paid premium processing, and that is $2,805, which means that this money goes down the drain. And this is something that I want you and I to understand, because if we understand it, we will be winning and USCIS will be losing in the denial process. What does the regulation says in order to demonstrate that you have this evidence? So if we can get that out of the way, we are going to be talking about how can I demonstrate this? How can I use this evidence to work in my favor? So let's talk about the regulations. The USCIS says that you could show that you have commanded a high salary or high remuneration that is high in compensation paid to you working in a field of your endeavor, or something that is related to your extraordinary ability. And in order to show that, USCIS wants you to show evidence like tax return, pay statement, or other evidence of past salary or remuneration for your services. That is to say that you need to demonstrate that you have commanded a high salary, and it should be showed in tax return, not actually offer letter. The offer letter can be tricky, so that is why USCIS wants you to demonstrate this evidence in tax return or pay statement. And this pay statement could be pay stub or paycheck. It depends on whichever that you receive. And you could also demonstrate that in contract, job offer letter, or any other evidence of prospective salary or remuneration for services. Now, you will notice that USCIS put job offer here, letter here as part of the evidence that they use. And I will say that they are a bit contradictory, because I have used that in one of my petitions and they turned it down. They said, no, we want to see the pay stub, or you give us the tax document, that is a W-2 if you're in the US, or whatever they use in paying you, that you use in filing taxes. And some of the things they say, they want to see comparative wage or remuneration data or that relates to the person field, such as geographical or position appropriate compensation survey. Now let's get that out of the way. Now, if you are looking through their website, you will notice that they put in that you could actually pull document from the US Bureau of Labor Statistics or the Department of Labor Career One-Stop website. Now that we have read through their regulation to understand what we could demonstrate that you have commanded a high salary in relation to your peers. Let's know, where can we get this data to show that my salary is higher than people of my peers in the same field, in the same geographical location? Now, I mentioned geographical location because if you are working in New York or somewhere, let me use a city that is not that popular. Let me use Birmingham, Alabama. If you're working in Birmingham, Alabama, your salary is different. Your salary could be significantly lower than someone who works at Silicon Valley in California. So if you are doing the comparison, you have to show that your salary is higher than people who live in the same geographical location with you. That is to say that if you're working in Birmingham, Alabama, you have to demonstrate that you have earned a higher salary in relation to people who live in Birmingham, Alabama. If you're working in California, you do the same thing for, you are going to be looking for data for people who work in the same industry as you have, who have similar job title as you have, and people who live in the same geographical location. That being said, where can we get this data from? Now, USCIS listed that you could get data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics or from the Department of Labor Career One Stop website. Now, let me tell you one thing. Now, if you are doing this comparison, I will recommend that you do not get data from any of these two websites, although these are the requirements that they listed on their website, and I will tell you why. Because these two websites that they listed on their website are not regularly updated, which means that you may not be able to, if you are doing comparison of a job that you are currently doing in 2024, you may not get accurate data that shows that the salary that they listed on their website is accurate. It is something that is 2024 compliant, or the year that you are comparing it with. Therefore, their website may not be the best option to demonstrate that there is comparable data out there that your salary is higher than others in the same field and in the same geographical location. Now, now that I've said that, where can you find this data from? Now, I would recommend that you get data from either Indeed.com, ZipRecruiter, PayScale, Glassdoor. These websites are credible websites, and I would advise you that if you get data from this website, you should be able to demonstrate that these websites are credible data where employees go to post job applications and people put in their salaries. If you're looking through, let's say, Indeed.com or ZipRecruiter, that any of these two websites would be able to tell you that for instance 5,000 people submitted their salary, or 10,000 people, or 1,000 people. So the data that you are getting from any of these websites is based on actual people who imputed their salary in there. So you are getting a valid data. Now that I have actually mentioned where you could get your data from, how do you do the comparison? Because this comparison is going to determine how you set the tone that you have commanded a higher remuneration in relation to others working in the same occupation, having the same job title as you have. So let me show you. Now, if you are going through this search and if you're writing this petition yourself, let's say, for example, you are a reliability engineer working at Intel, and Intel's location is at Oregon. Now, we are using that as an example, and you have, let's say, 5 years of experience. Now, if you do your search and you're looking for people with the same occupation as you have as a reliability engineer, I would recommend that you make the comparison of your salary with someone who have, let's say, 10 years of experience. Now, remember that I said that you have 5 years of experience. Now, it is worthwhile to do the comparison with someone with 10 years of experience. If you are earning, let's say, $100,000 a year, and someone with a 10 years of experience is earning $90,000, that is a valid comparison. That you are not comparing your salary with people with the same number of years of experience as you have, but you are comparing your salary with people with far more experience than you have. Why do I say so? Because people with far more years of experience in the same industry as you have are more likely to command a higher salary. And if you have a salary that is higher than theirs, it is arguable that you have commanded a higher salary than people who have the same occupation, even with people who have higher years of experience than you have. So that is one way to make the credible argument. Another way to make this credible argument, you could actually do a percentile of your salary, because it might not be all the time that your salary is higher than people in your peers. Now, let's make this example. You are earning $100,000, and people in the same occupation than with you, and people with years of experience more than you have are earning 110. Remember, I said that your salary is 100,000, and people with 10 years of experience is earning 110. You could make an argument that and place your salary on a percentile range. And if you place your salary on a percentile range, you could be earning, your salary could be at the 90th percentile. That is to show that you earn a higher salary more than 90% with the same occupation as you have, and in the same location as you have, and even with more years of experience than you have. And if you believe that that this video is helpful to you, I want you to go ahead, like my video, subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not, and recommend this video to your friends. And I will be making more exciting video that will be helping you in your green card journey. Before I leave, I want to summarize what I have talked about in this video. In this video, I was able to show you how you could make the argument that you've commanded a higher remuneration than your peers. And I mentioned that looking at USCIS regulation, that you need to provide USCIS with a tax document, which is your W-2, that in case you're in the US, or your yearly tax return, provide them with the figures there, or you could give them your pay stub. Look at the last 3 pay stub that you've earned and provide that to USCIS. It is advisable not to give USCIS an offer letter. They are likely to throw it away. I have written for my client and USCIS rejected the offer letter. Now, that being said, now I also showed you that from their regulation, they recommended that you go to the US Bureau of Statistics or the Department of Labor Career, the one-stop website. And I also mentioned that it is advisable not to use the data from this website that is written on USCIS website, because their website is not 2024 salary compliant. It is something like 2023. That is to say that you should get data from places like Indeed.com, ZipRecruiter, PayScale, Glassdoor. These are reputable websites, and you should not provide USCIS with only one. If you could get data from any of like more than 2 of these websites, that will help you in winning your case. I also mentioned that you should be able to compare your salary with people who have more years of experience than you have, to be able to demonstrate that you have commanded a higher salary than people in the same years of experience as you have, and people that have more years of experience than you. With that, you are on a path to winning your petition, either your EB1A extraordinary ability or the EB2 NIW. If you are curious and wondering how the upcoming election in the United States will impact the employment-based visa, either if Trump wins or Kamala wins, how will it affect the employment-based visa? Click here to watch the video. And if you're wondering how your membership of professional organization like Sigma Psi, if it's going to help you win your petition, you are in luck. I've made another video that discusses that. Click this video to watch it. I will see you in my next one.